What's going on, everyone? Gilman with the Wellthy Stocks, back with our daily Tesla and NIO update video. We'll take a look at both Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA, and NIO, ticker symbol NIO. We'll take a look at how they traded today. We'll take a look at key levels of support and resistance, and then we will see what they could do moving into the future. And we will do that. So if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on both of those companies are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record and we will get right into it. So a small green day for Tesla. We are up $4.46 on the day, which is about 0.55%. If we take a look at the major indexes, right, the Nasdaq was up about 0.5%. The Dow Jones was up 0.11%, which is about 36 points. And then the S&P 500 was up about 0.5% as well. So compared to that, Tesla was right on point, up about 0.5% as well. But the key thing that I want to talk about here is, we saw this late push by S&P and it made all-time highs, which was crazy to see considering how, today wasn't looking so great. It was just a slow day, downward day, typical Friday fade happening. And then right out of the gate, right out of the blue rather, we saw a late push kind of in the last hour where S&P pushed up a couple points and set all-time highs. So the S&P and Nasdaq set record closing highs on Friday as investors bought energy, financial, and materials shares and sold big tech stocks in anticipation of a new fiscal aid from Washington to help the U.S. economy recover, right? So what this is talking about is, look, this past year has been absolutely phenomenal for big tech, right? We've seen valuations of these companies double, more than double in some cases. Now, as we start to, reopen the economy with the number of vaccinations and the stimulus happening, what we are seeing is a push towards kind of these other sectors, right? Banks that had kind of not been able to recover from the coronavirus, dip that happened in March. Other factors like industry, right? If you take a look at, not industry, energy, a lot of those companies are still struggling. So that's what we're talking about here. So big tech wasn't getting a lot of money, but that's what this push happened. Otherwise, we were hanging out around the 802 mark there for Tesla. So let's take a look at how we traded today, and we will see what future levels of support and resistance are. So yesterday we closed here in the 811s. And then right out of the gate, right, things look pretty weak. We opened here near the 802 level. We saw a sell-off right out of the gate, you guys, taking us to 788. Then we pushed up, briefly broke above our 802 level, came right back down, and then made a low of $785. And then we pushed up again, briefly made it above this level, and then came below, and then we were at this level. And again, I'm saying that this was, where the day was looking like, okay, maybe we're done, time to take a break. We're ending a little bit red, a little bit flat, or staying flat, ending red rather. And then we saw this late push taking us from kind of the 802s to the 816s, 817s at one point. So great push at the end of the day, but it was looking relatively weak there for a second. But obviously the late push with the S&P 500 really benefited Tesla as well. So let's take a look at our daily chart and we'll see what we have coming from a level of support and a level of resistance. So as you can see, right, we were kind of tracking these lows to see if we form a little bit of a bull pennant, and we are already, we broke that, we went below it. So I'm not going to really, track that too much anymore. I'm going to leave this line here just for the heck of it, I guess, but we're not, really looking for a bull pennant. We did get one here. When we broke out, we went from kind of the mid 800s to all the way hitting that 900 mark. That was a nice breakout if you caught that. But right now we're doing a little bit of consolidation, and I'm not really getting a clear indication of where we're about to head, whether we're about to go upward or not. So I'm just going to focus more on the support and resistance levels rather than trying to figure out, where this stock is headed. So let's take a look at future levels of support, future levels of resistance. So we are here between kind of two of our levels, right? The 802 and the 830. So if we start to go up, 830 is kind of that first level that I'm looking at, which if we can capture the 21 EMA and the 824s and then get to that 830 level, that would be really nice to see, and then hopefully we can find support there and push towards 848. That's if we go upward. if we start to go down, the first level of support, kind of like we saw, right? It was hovering at that 802 up and down for the second half of the day. So I'm watching that level, and then I'm watching the 34 EMA right behind it in the 794, and then I'm watching this 775 if we don't stop at the low of today, which is $785, right? So again, watching this 802 level, after the 802 break, watching the 34 EMA 794, watching the low of today at 785, and then watching the 775 level. That's what I'm watching on the downside. Again, it'll be really interesting to see. Tesla has looked relatively weak this week. Could just be consolidating and trying to find a little bit of a base before it starts to push up. The way S&P closed is a little bit promising. Gives me hope for next week. Remember that we're not trading on Monday, so it is a shortened week. So it'll be really interesting to see how that goes. For NIO, let's take a look at how NIO traded. So we were down about 42 cents. So not like Tesla there at all. We were red on the day, and we had that push at the beginning, but it was a big fade kind of into the close. And we did get that late push that we got with some other stocks. So that was kind of interesting to see as well. So yesterday we closed near the $60 range. Today we opened below the 60, right? So remember, yesterday we were right at 60, and I said, hey, if we open above it, that acts as a little bit of a support. If we open below it, it acts as a little bit of a resistance. So we opened right at it, pretty much briefly broke above it, came right back down, tried to push up, perfect rejection, came right back down below VWAP, tried to push up again, perfect rejection once again, right? So once and twice, and then it took a little bit of, a break, hitting VWAP rejection, and then here's where we got a lot of strength, and that's where we went from the mid 59s to the $61 mark. But if you see, after that point, we gave up most of those gains and just sold off. Stopped here at the $60 mark, came below it, tried to go above it again, hit up against it one more time, but couldn't really stay. And then we closed near the 59.90s, or 59.80, excuse me. So relatively weak day for NIO. What I did like was this push that we had kind of in the first half of the day. What I didn't like was the fade afterwards, and that we ended below VWAP. So some good things, some bad, but mostly NIO has not been really fun to watch. So you guys remember we were watching this kind of bull pennant here, which could still be valid if I move this up just a little bit. But actually, yeah, let's do that. Maybe it is still valid. Who knows? I'm still watching to see. I don't necessarily know for sure that it's going to happen anymore, because it has broken it a couple times, and we've been moving it, but you can only do that so many times. And this is a pretty wide bull pennant right now, so we'll monitor it, right? Definitely, if it starts to consolidate here, definitely could see a breakout at the end of it. Remember that earnings are not till a couple of weeks, so if both of those things line up, if we get a breakout and a run into earnings, we're not going to be too far from that all-time high. So let's take a look at what future levels of support and resistance are. So as we just talked about, right, that $60 level is a little bit of, acted as a little bit of a resistance for us today. So that'd be the first level that we have to break. And then we'd have to break today's high of $61.05. And then that kind of puts us, gives us a shot. I can't talk, it's a Friday. Gives us a shot towards the 63.10 mark. So again, if we can clear the $60 level and kind of stay above it, next level would be the 61.05, and then that kind of sets us up for the 63.10s. On the downside, we have the 8 EMA coming in right at 59.67. Then we've got the low of today, 59.10s, and then we've got this 58.44 and the 58.14 or 58.18. Those two level, basically low to mid 58s, should be a good level of support. And if we keep dropping, we've got another one in the mid 56s. So really interesting kind of trading week for NIO. Looks strong there for about 2 days to begin the week, and then we're starting to give a lot of that gain up this week, and we were expecting a little bit of a breakout. Could still happen after a little bit of consolidation though, so we'll keep tracking that and see how it goes. So that's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to my channel. If you are new, comment down below what your thoughts on Tesla and NIO are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.